Good afternoon. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam's Sports Report. Let's start with basketball yesterday. In basketball yesterday, we'll start with the Memphis Grizzlies and the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers led at the end of the first quarter 32-27, but the Grizzlies would get back on track in the second quarter as they outscored them 38-27. At the half, the Grizzlies led 65-59. The Lakers went on a huge run in the second and third quarter to make it 96-90 at the end of three. The Grizzlies would get within one at the 7:02 mark. It went 113-12. But a big dagger in the game was when the Lakers put up a three-pointer. Austin Reeves put up a three-pointer to put them up 6. It was a 26-foot jumper. He led them in scoring. He had 21 for the Lakers. Anthony Davis had 22. LeBron James scored 21. You don't want to go down 2-0 and have to go to Los Angeles if you're the Grizzlies. 8:30 ESPN Wednesday, Game 2. He pulled the shocker. Yesterday, the first quarter helped them, leading 33-24. The Bucks never led after leading 5-4. I mean, if the Bucks want to run in trouble, getting defeated and put the pressure on them, that would put them in trouble if they lose Game 2. I'm not really worried about the Bucks losing the series yet, but if they lose Game 2, that will put the pressure on them. Game time for Wednesday is at 8 o'clock. In Milwaukee. We had another upset, Clippers-Suns. The Clippers are just a 5 seed, and the Suns are a 4 seed, but with Kevin Durant and Chris Paul getting it together at the end of the regular season after having a rough start. Many people were picking them to win the finals. We're far away from that. 115-110. Kawhi Leonard leads all scorers at 38. Kawhi Leonard hopes it goes 2-0 on Tuesday. That game tips off at 9 tomorrow. Denver Nuggets trounced the T-Wolves 109-80. Timberwolves leading scorers 18 in a losing effort. Jamal Murray scored 24. Game 2 is Wednesday. The Royals looked like they had a chance to win it after grabbing a tie in the 7th inning. The Royals looked like maybe the Royals would win until they brought in Scott Barlow, who has an ERA over 5. Hopefully the Royals have not lost value in him, since the Royals probably should have traded him last season. The Royals hope to get the same they would have got last season. The Royals lose the series and got outscored in the series 24-10. I said the Royals were 4-11 mistakenly on Thursday. Now they're 4-12. So I was just predicting the future. Jordan Lyles, who has an ERA over 5, will start for the Royals tonight. And Jacob deGrom is not as good as he used to be. He is a 4.32 ERA. Game time is at 6. The Royals have already lost 2 out of 3 to the Rangers. The Cardinals grabbed the series, winning yesterday's game on a Tyler O'Neill single in the 10th inning. The Cardinals, which on the new sort of rule, the guy advances to second to start the inning in the 10th. Today the Cardinals will have Jack Flaherty on the mound. He'll go for the Cardinals. Diamondbacks pitcher Merrill Kelly will go for the Daybacks. Game time is at 6:45. The Cubs defeat the Dodgers. The Dodgers drop to 8-8. Meanwhile, the Cubs 8-6. The Cubs get ready to play the A's. Man, they look like dog poop. They're worse than the Royals. A's are 3-13 and worse than the Royals. Game time is at 8:40 Central Time. Oakland will have Henley Whiskey on the mound. Kyle Muller will go for the Cubs. We're still waiting to hear for Aaron Rodgers trade details. Now on to more football. Daniel Synder was about 4 years overdue on Friday as he sold a team. Let's backtrack to start with Daniel Synder. In 1999, he became the youngest owner in franchise history, the youngest owner in the NFL at 34. They had a 6-10 season. Starting at the surface, Jack Koch was the owner of the franchise before Daniel Synder. The biggest worry at that time was Synder able to finance parking for his first year. Despite his Super Bowl dream, Synder would never win a Super Bowl. By the time he agreed to sell the Washington Commanders, they were $6 billion. That's how much they will sell to an owner. He signed Deion Sanders at the early of his career, a Hall of Famer. Then who sues the fans to grab financial money after they lose? Only the Washington Redskins. After going 2-4, Jim Zorn was released of duties in 2009. In 2011, Synder sued the newspaper after coming out with something he did not like. He dropped the lawsuit in 2011. He was unable to sell 10,000 seats in 2011. The team goes over the salary cap on contracts, penalizing the Washington football team of $18 million, facing protests over the Washington Redskins name. Here is when sell time came 5 years too late. Daniel Synder was accused of a sexual harassment. Cheerleaders were made to proposal to the camera. Female employees detailed sexual harassment, verbal abuse. What was wondering after 2020, how the heck is this guy still an owner of a football team? More sexual contact came available in 2021. In 2021, Synder agreed to step away from day-to-day activity. In 2022, a stadium collapsed on an Eagles fan. Washington adopted their name to the Commanders. New harassments came against Synder on October of 20. NFL owner calls for Synder removal. Synder looks for buyers of the franchise. Federal team added to criminal financial misconduct. On April 13th of 2003, Daniel Synder agreed to sell the football team. Now we'll finish. Josh Harris is the rumored to be the NBA owner. He is the NBA Philadelphia 76ers and the New Jersey Devils agreed in principle to buy the Washington Commanders at a record $6 billion. So he would own 3 teams, correctly, plagued by scandals that drew investigations from the NFL, Congress, and government agencies. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam Sports Report. Here's the video at the end.
Breaking news here on NFL Live. We bring Adam Schefter in for the latest on the Washington Commanders sale.
All right, Laura, moments ago I was told that there is a preliminary agreement between the group led by Josh Harris, the owner of the 76ers, and Daniel Synder to sell the Commanders for what would be a record price, $6.05 billion. Now, the deal is not signed. It is agreed to, and other people still can get into the bidding. And the group led by Steve Apostolopoulos still believes it's a part of the process and still is interested in purchasing the Commanders. But right now, there is a preliminary agreement in place between the Josh Harris group and Daniel Synder to sell the Commanders. And as we mentioned at the outset of the show, the only question now is who officially buys this team and when the sale is officially processed. But the Snyders are selling this team. They are moving on from Washington. There will be new owners. And it looks like right now it is shaping up to be Josh Harris, but the deal is not yet signed, and there still are levels and certain situations that have to go through before this would become official.
Some of the events that led to this point: back in August of 2020, a sexual harassment claim was filed against Snyder in which 42 women claimed that they faced harassment in the workplace. Less than a year later, Washington was fined $10 million